They say the wood is dark and full of terrors, and he the worst of them. The Erl King will do you grievous harm, so run, little girl, for his hungry eyes will not spare you. He's a gentle killer who won't shed a tear for you. I didn't know that then. It was the 17th summer of my life. Young and stupid, I throw myself into the woods for its wild gleams of beauty and death. It was there that I first met him. I should have run like all the hell's hounds were after me, but his promises of places unseen and stories untold wrapped around me like a strangling vine, and I found myself coming back again and again. He talked much, desperate to be heard, and I desperate to listen. He told me that his nanny goat, the color of whey, gives him her abundant milk, and he can make soft cheese that has a unique, rank, amniotic taste. Sometimes he traps a rabbit in a snare of string and makes a soup or stew seasoned with wild garlic and herbs. He knows all about the woods and the creatures in it. He told me about the grass snakes, how the old ones open their mouth wide when they smell danger, and the thin little ones disappear down the old one's throat until the fight is over and they can come out again to run around as usual. He told me how the wise toad who squats among the kingcups by the stream in the summer has a very precious jewel in his head. He showed me how to thread mats from reeds and weave osier twigs into baskets and into little cages in which he keeps his singing birds. He said the owl was a baker's daughter. Then he smiled at me. This is the kind of lore, he tells me, tempting my half-belief. He makes his whistles out of an elder twig, and that's what he uses to call the birds out of the air. And the birds come, and the sweetest singers he will keep in cages. I must know him, I must keep him safe, and I must love him if no one else will. Sometimes he lays his head on my lap and lets me comb his lovely hair out for him. His combings are leaves of every tree in the wood, and they dryly susurrate around my feet. His hair falls down over my knees. Silence like a dream in front of the spitting fire while he lies at my feet and I comb the dead leaves out of his languorous hair. How grateful I am for having met him. How blessed the coincidence of place. That was the way I walked into the bird-haunted solitude of the Erl King, who keeps his feathered things in little cages he has woven out of osier twigs, and there they sit and sing for him. What are you doing?
It's a trap.
Haven't you deceived enough animals already?
I never deceived you.
Yes, but I'm not an animal.
My sweetling, there are 3 steps to catching any one thing. Step 1, attraction. Step 2, loyalty. And step 3, entrapment.
When I realized what the Erl King meant to do with me, I was shaken with a terrible fear, and I did not know what to do, for I loved him with all my heart, and yet I had no wish to join the whistling congregation he kept in his cages, although he looked after them very affectionately, gave them fresh water every day, and fed them well. Yet when he shakes out those 2 clear notes from his bird call, I come, like any other trusting thing that perches on the crook of his wrist, and by some wicked magic, knowing my fate does not deter me from returning to my gentle killer's arms. Lay your head on my knees so that I can't see the inward-turning suns of your eyes anymore. They're so distracting. Let me take care of you. Let me know your gorgeous mind. Let me love you. They say the wood is dark and full of terrors. And today, I'm one of them.